Morning. Another day, another penny. Uh, just what's on my mind this morning is a lot of uncertainty, trying to do budgeting, trying to do plans and make plans and backup plans and stuff like that, and to try to predict, any opportunity for choices that I might have. And there's some, but I have to think about where I am right now. Like, I'm nowhere near ready to retire or be super, super remote, because I need to work. I don't have any retirement, really. You know what I mean? I was checking out my retirement plan through my dump here, my dump employer place of work, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's all you pulled out of there. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you're required to do. And it's like, that just makes me really, really, really want to leave now. You freaking jackass, But maybe it's not about just, you know what I mean? Oh, I need to work. It's like, you know what? I've worked a lot. I mean, I'm young, but I've worked a lot, man. I worked a lot. And I dare say I've worked a lot more than several people that I know. And I feel that I have a right to say I'm tired. I don't need to be old to say that. I don't need to be old to be burned out or drained. It's not an age thing or privilege thing. I think if you've worked a lot, you're tired. You're gonna be tired. Just don't let anybody say that. Oh, well, just wait till you're 40. Just wait till you're 50. Just wait till you're 60. It's like, yeah, well, you tasted the fruits of success while the getting was good. I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't. So don't tell me that. When I'm 60, I'm not going to be making the same dumb decisions that y'all made. Because y'all screwed it up. Y'all screwed it up. Left us with nothing, And I was looking at the street where, like literally a few houses from me, the end of the street, right on the corner where the shooting happened. And I was looking at the house and just, wow, there used to be a couple people here. I knew the guy. He actually helped shovel and dig my wife's car out. He seemed like a nice dude. He seemed like a quiet fellow, but he always had a couple kids that was outside playing in the snow, or he was always chopping wood and stuff. He seemed okay. I don't know what caused what happened, but I guess life just has a way, life just has a way of just breaking people, just breaking you. And it's not the world, it's not the natural state of it, it's the way we've designed it. I'm thinking about work a lot, employment a lot, how people just get driven insane, driven wild, driven crazy. Just the mental stress, the mental tax. And the time that we lose. Like, we're so driven towards productivity that not only are we tricked into doing it for garbage pay, but we're tricked into sacrificing our family for it. Like, I'm sorry, Grandma. Here's an example. I have to work an extra shift, or I have to work a lot, so I can't care for you. I have to put you in a nursing home. That type of stuff, because we're told to. We're tricked into. And my lucky few friends, and there's only a couple, by couple I mean two, they seem to be out of that, you know? Like one of them, they literally work from home. They have a beautiful house. They got lucky during COVID. And then the other one was lucky enough to marry somebody that just gets these fat, lucrative bonus contracts, you know? And it's based off of performance, so money earned, you know, but I would love that opportunity, you know, because I was looking at my my bonus level after meeting certain quotas and crap. I was doing math. I'm like, this should already be part of my pay. Like, I shouldn't have to work extra to get what I deserve here. You know what I mean? Like, I work a lot for you, and I'm always overworked. It's either you either give me nobody, so I'm just dragging in the dirt at the end of the day, or you give me. It's so inconsistent, and I'm just. It's by design, you know, because of people like me that believe that their work matters. We're tricked into that, you know. It's like, it doesn't. I'm told that this basic garbage job is useful. Really? This job could have been automated. Why do we keep hiring a janitor? I've literally, like, they don't even do a good job. They don't even clean crap off of toilets. They just spray it with stuff and walk out. You know, they're terrible. You know, there's machines that do all this. You know what I mean? Like, there's machines for everything we do here. And the world's heading that way. I mean, we're already being pushed into not carrying cash anymore. We're being pushed into this digital world where it's you do your purchases online, you do your appointments online, you get your prescriptions online, you order your own food online, you get stuff for your frickin' pets, for Christ's sake, online. It's like, yeah, okay, I see where this is going, and I don't want any part of it. I want to just be that bumpkin in the woods that doesn't have a lot of money but doesn't have debt, and then when I'm laying down, I'll have lived a life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not natural, it's not normal. I want to see the sunrise. That one right there. I've only seen it a handful of times since I moved up here. It's beautiful. It is gorgeous, but I've only seen it a few times. Most of the time I see it, it's in my rearview mirror heading to this dump. I get to see it set in this rearview mirror leaving this dump. Places like this, they kill your dream. They kill your dreams. They destroy dreams. And I'm not going to say follow your dreams. That's stupid. You take your dreams with you, and you don't forget why you're going through the crap in the first place. And that is what this useless, baseless working does. It makes you forget. And then all those things that you fill your life with to cope with the misery you're in distract you. They further push you away from knowing why you're suffering. And you're suffering. And in the Bible it says to endure. But it also tells you why you need to endure. If you're enduring for personal gain, make sure it's for the right personal gain. Like, if you're doing it just for yourself, you don't really need to suffer that much. But if you're doing it for others too, that is where it's tough, because it's expected as men, especially, to suffer on behalf of the family. We're literally built to do it. You know what I mean? Women have really good intuition for the most part. And I know all the jokes and everything that are out there. But when it comes to that stuff, like feeling, they're better at it. That is why children bond with the mother more. Not only do they carry them in their stuff, like with them for 9 months before they're born, but they carry them for years after. They're just like, they're so attuned to feelings. And guys, we need to think practically and logically to balance that. Because getting a job, that is a practical, necessary, but it's a practical problem. You can get a practical solution to fix that. You don't need to do a 9 to 5 to make your ends meet. You just need to make enough to make your ends meet. You don't need to go through like how I'm doing, the grind, unless you have your goals and you want to move toward. You need to literally remember why you're doing it and go towards it relentlessly until you get it. That's our job as men, to suffer. That's why we suffer, to make sure our family doesn't. And my wife, when I say this, I don't mean any dishonor to women, but it's like, you don't need to do that too. Yes, you may need to work right now, but it's for us. You don't have to actually do it. We just need to change our lifestyle up a bit. Cut out a lot of stuff that we convinced ourselves that we needed. What am I getting at? It's kind of become a little bit of a ramble, but what you keep, that's it. That's the solution. It's what you keep. You don't need to freaking just work. Like, you don't need to do that. If you do that, you better make sure you remember why. Remember why. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable and you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You're going to forget who you are. And you're going to let someone else rule your life. If you don't become free, you're going to let someone else rule your life. There's a thought that comes to mind as an example here. Let's say this world, it's driven by money. We're all driven by money. Why is that? We're driven by money because the world is designed by a few people. Like our society is what I mean when I say that. It's designed by a few people to help a few people to control and to have structure and a hierarchy. And humankind has always been like that. Always. There's always been a hierarchy. The only difference that I can see is back then the hierarchy was very direct. You were leaders, leading from the front, putting yourself at risk, so that privilege was kind of earned. It was earned. You took all the risks, so you get a good reward for it. However, we have people in these these positions of power. They do not lead from the front. They sit in a very, very comfortable life with no risk. None. And they're reaping the rewards that my work is giving them. My work should reward me, should reward my family. I'm the one that's putting that risk. I'm risking wasting my life. And I've already told a few people here in management that I'm looking at other jobs. And I'm going to try to get some vacation time. I don't care if it's unpaid. I don't give a damn anymore. Where I get to go see places. See how I can literally just live in a place I want to be. I'm almost 30. You know, that's not old by any means, but it's like I've learned a lot of lessons in the short time I have. Just how this world's messed up, man. Our society is. It's tricked to be productive, but it's about time my work pays for me. And things are probably going to be tough, but the videos are going to be a lot more interesting, I feel, in the future, because the name of my channel, Outdoor Guy Talks, it's not going to be from this parking lot. It's going to be from the outdoors. A lot of my videos started off correctly, where I was showing you how you can escape, how you can give yourself breaks, and those still apply to now. I just haven't filmed them, you know. There's another reason why I've been filming mostly from here. It's because, as an example, it's an example of what happens when you lose the reason why you're suffering, like why you're doing it. Is the time that you decide to give. That right there is something you need to remind yourself every single time you go to work. It's your job. Do what you want with your job. And I don't mean be a crappy person, a crap employee. What I mean is, when you're done, go. You have no obligations to your job. The only obligations you have is to God and your family. That's it. You know, God, family, friends. Those are your obligations. You don't owe anybody a thing. You don't owe your employer a thing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it because it's kind of been just a rambly video today. But, boy, look at that sunset. Or sunrise, I mean. Look at that thing. Can't wait to see it from a different place other than this parking lot. Oh, I'm going to head in now. See what chaos has happened since I left yesterday, because we had an environmental protection agent come in and flag a bunch of our plants that I don't know why we're allowed as a company to have if it's a problem. But anyway, till next time.